PKN 328, probably.
Some amount of numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello. How's your week been so far?
I made progress on Shooter Born in Heaven last night, and I feel good about it.
Fuck yeah, that's a hard one to do. That is a Tarkov task for your benefit, Taylor. That's very difficult. He has to get these long-range headshot kills on other players, and some of the maps aren't conducive to long-range headshots. So you have to be like up in the like sniper tower or up on the side of that building, and that's about the only place you can be. And so players have gotten savvy to this. Mm-hmm. So they're like always like, all right, check the tower. All right, you're clear. And check the side of the building. Oh, there he is. Everyone kill him. Kill him now.
Yeah. And sometimes I'll wait. So like, let's say you need headshots in Call of Duty. It might be a pain. It might hurt your KD ratio, but you'll get your opportunities. I will sometimes wait 40 minutes. And I didn't get an opportunity. I sat there and checked one of the highest traffic areas in the whole map from 100 meters away. Didn't even get a shot to get a headshot.
See, that sucks. That's like fishing.
Yes.
I don't like if I were playing a fishing video game, which seems really boring, and it was like real fishing where there were some times like that's just Bass Pro 2020. Sometimes you play for 6 hours and you don't get a fight.
You've been eliminated from the tournament, and your girlfriend Rhonda has left you for Billy Basterson.
Yeah, because of your fishing problems, you've developed a drinking one. Go to rehab for 2 hours of real time.
Your diet has been so poor, you have developed scurvy. Negative one.
Fishing 2020.
Don't let Nikita hear you. Scurvy will get built into the
Negative
game.
-1 agility. -2 fishing prowess.
-4 teeth.
God, there would be people. There would definitely be some people who got as into a realistic fishing game like that as people getting into Tarkov.
You want to see a fish I caught last Friday, Bubba? Hell yeah! I heard you got that 9-pound bass after Rivermouth. Yep. Come here, let me log in. Get out of here,
man. I wish my character in the game didn't live so far from the fishing hole.
He's got his steering wheel attached to so he can actually drive to the fishing hole.
That's hilarious.
You're putting your time zone and location, and you'll have to wake up at 4:30 just like in real life. Man, this game fucking sucks, man.
The game warden has inspected your fishing license, and it is not up to par. They find you real money, like a PayPal transaction pops up. You're like, God damn it, that's the third one this month. I got to get the license for South Carolina.
If your pro fishing can't like make a profit, truck driving simulator over there to fund your hobby.
Fishing stuff ain't free.
Very quickly, it just turns into Grand Theft Auto.
You know what? I'm just gonna murder people. I'm not even going to the fishing hole anymore. It's a huge game. With a fishing hole.
You know, you joke. You joke, but I think that there's going to be a game like that.
Of what you can do.
I think there is going to be a game like that in the future that is like this completely life encompassing RPG where like if you want to go fishing, the best fishing game in the world is in, let's just call it the world game. Mm-hmm. If you want to play Grand Theft Auto, we'll just jump in the world game and rob people and shoot and drive around. It's crazy good. The graphics are incredible. The AI is amazing. The cars are as varied as cars are in real life.
But then you have to actually serve 15 years in game prison. Now it's a prison simulator.
You're doing people's taxes in fucking prison. You're filing appeals for them because you're the only one who's literate.
You spend 2 months reading books. Just fucking reading books nonstop.
Well, that's not so bad.
Man, ever since I went to video game prison and my character got turned out and convinced himself he was gay, this game just hasn't been as much fun.
No.
I bought this for the fishing and now I can't sit down.
I'm just going to go have my character take another hot shower. That seems to be the only thing.
So yeah, Shooter Born in Heaven's very hard to do. It's very frustrating, but
that was the best Tarkov talk we've ever had. I appreciate your help.
It's a rite of passage. So I went back to Franklin County, Georgia yesterday. It was the first time I'd been up there and must be a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Saw my dad. I got to hang out with him. Spent the night over at his house and had a great time. I hadn't been there in forever.
Was it for Thanksgiving? Was it over that? Was it the actual holiday?
No, this was literally, I got back today.
Okay.
I left on the 30th and I returned today. You know, I got there yesterday early in the morning. Spent the day with him hanging out, watched some movies last night, and got up early this morning, had some stuff to do. So I came back around noon, and yeah, it was good. I hadn't seen that little town I'm from in so long.
Must have felt like home, like sort of comfort.
No, I hate that place, but it was very familiar. That's what's interesting. I'm driving through that place, and I'm just like, man, I'm glad I don't live here anymore. This is terrible. Like I love my dad. I wish I was closer to him, but I don't want to. Not at the expense of living here.
Really?
It's just, yeah, it's awful. He doesn't.
I know, I was about
He
to
doesn't
say
have
the
internet.
Town name. Is the town name okay to say? Maybe not.
Livonia. Yeah, I said it at the beginning. Yeah,
Doesn't have
there's
any
no
internet.
like there is internet, but it's so bad it's not worth having. Like if you're going to stream, like if you're going to try to watch television or YouTube or something like on your TV, like if you're going to try to like have like Hulu or Netflix, like don't. It's a waste of money. And you can call them every day and they'll show up and they'll wiggle wires, but nothing's ever going to change because like the infrastructure is what's poor.
Yeah. So you just have a dish, like a lot.
Yeah, he's just got Dish, but luckily it's the holidays, so he's got all the movie channels for free. So watch some. What do we watch? Bat 21. And,
But you don't get to choose when you watch it. It's just when it's on, right?
Oh, it's a coming. Yeah. Like, oh, buckle up in 30 minutes. We're gonna watch a movie.
Okay.
It's a good one. It's Gene Hackman, Danny Glover. Yeah.
My
Red
grandparents,
Stovine.
my grandparents have a dish too, because like most rural people do, and they still will physically dial the number for pay-per-view and like sit on the line, and like you have to put in the first three of like, oh, you want to watch No Country for Old Men? Like, it's like, good Lord.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember doing that when I was a kid. And like sometimes I'd be home alone and I'd like really want to watch like whatever movie was out. And I was just like, I can justify $5. I can justify $5 in 20 days because that's when the bill will show up. So I'm just like, hello? Yeah, this is him. Authorize my card.
oh
Yes, please.
We had a magic cable box that decoded everything. We got every channel, every pay-per-view. Everything should cover it. But
so
everything.
you have a heritage of thievery when it comes to digital media.
I'm second generation thief.
Fishing.
Y'all are like cattle rustlers. Or
I
something
believe my
over there
father's.
in Jersey.
I have to believe my grandfather, the one that beat them and ran away and was an alcoholic.
Yeah,
He must have been a thief too, right? Maybe
Yeah.
I'm at least third generation.
yeah. He was
thief.
sneaking into movie theaters and stuff.
I
That
bet.
sort of thing.
I bet. Yeah, drinking and dine and dash. I bet he was a dine and dasher.
Probably something
But are
like
you
that.
gonna break the chain?
Oh,
Or
it's
No.
too late. I already pirate too many shows.
No,
No,
I was thinking,
he's-
like if you're either of your kids become diamond thieves or something. Like,
Ooh.
no, I was gonna be the one to break the chain of abuse, and then
No, Hope has pirated content on her iPad as we speak. I guarantee it. She's in the Plex probably.
Pirate Bay, if that's still a thing.
Is Pirate
still
Bay
a thing.
still? I got a letter saying not to use Pirate Bay from AT&T, so I haven't. I'm like, I really don't want to lose my gigabit internet. Like I can't get fired from my ISP. That'd be a big problem.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with Comcast. The Comcast has caps now. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's like a terabyte and a half or so. And look, that is a lot of data. But shit, like, what if we want to go on a movie marathon over here or something one month?
Yeah.
I mean, I must stream 25, 30 hours a week. Like, it's a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I
don't know if uploads included.
I don't know either. And the downloads. I mean, I feel like this house has 2 or 3 streams going on at any time. You know, it's always happening. We might be one of those terabyters.
Yeah.
I
It
definitely
sucks.
would. I would imagine that. Like, it's just there's always some background shit on the TV. Like, even if I'm paying 0% attention.
Oh yeah, that is a thing that's new. I think new for our generation. I was gonna say it's new for our generation. Like the sort of like keeping yourself company with like a Netflix stream. But housewives have been doing that shit since the 50s.
Soap
right?
operas.
Yeah, that's what soap operas are for.
They were popping pills. They'd go to their doctor, who would finger them and get them off, and they'd go home.
I want to be
Absolutely.
a housewife in the 50s.
They,
Yeah.
they do that. They do that up and down pulley motion where you get 3 fingers in the G spot, just and it looks way too rough, like they're stuffing a turkey. But they love it.
They love that. That's why they invented the vibrator, because it was just like one doctor in like 1903 with the biggest right forearm you've ever seen in your life.
He's like Homer from the arm wrestling episode.
He's like Popeye.
I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. I got tendonitis from being 8 hours a day. Can you imagine he's every day going into work? He hates sex. He hates it at that point.
Or maybe he loves it.
I don't know. I feel like even professional athletes and rock stars eventually get tired of being on tour.
Yeah. They're like, you just know so many professional athletes like, I have to play football again this weekend.
Yeah.
God, I'm going to feel so shitty tomorrow after I'm all beat up. I don't want to play basketball tonight. I played basketball like 70 times already this year. Fuck that. Like, yeah, there's definitely athletes. Can you think of any athletes who were like really good and straight up said they didn't like the sport?
Oh, I want to say that Dennis Rodman was like that.
Ooh, that's a great one. Yeah,
Really?
I think, yep. My suspicion is a lot of them are like that towards the end of their career. But I had another.
What's sad is when it's not. When they get to the end of their career and they still have so much love for the game that they have a hard time letting go. Like Brett Favre. It was like, oh man, he really loves football and sending dick pics. Like those are his fucking the cornerstones of his existence. Dick pics, football.
Yeah, I don't
And
really
they've
like
taken the dick
football.
pics away, and now he can't play the football. Now all he's got is his Wrangler jean commercials.
Yeah,
And
that's a First Amendment issue. He should be able to send as many dick pics in those tastefully cut and roomy Wrangler jeans as he wants.
that's right.
Man, this episode of PK is brought to you by Wrangler jeans.
Wrangler
Brett Favre's-
jeans,
by Brett Favre's dick pics.
What are the cool jeans now? If you were buying jeans, what would they be?
pajama jeans.
Okay.
They're
I
stretchy.
don't know.
They're durable. They look like whatever you want. There's
I
boot
believe
cut.
you might be a trendsetter with the pajama jeans. I don't think they're widely accepted as the cool jeans.
Nobody knows when you're wearing pajama jeans. That's how I know they are. Because you look around, you don't know. You don't know if those are pajama jeans or not, but he knows because he's comfortable, he's cool, and if he needs to like stretch or bend over, they're stretching with him. They're like barbell jeans.
How about pajama like suits?
That exists
Like
too.
so I could go to a wedding or something fancy and be in sweatpants, comfortable. Every bit of it is sweatpants.
Yeah, those exist.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a sweatsuit, but it looks like a suit.
But I'm going to look like a retard, though. Everyone's going to know, right?
I don't know, man. I don't have a sweatsuit suit,
just
but I do have
stripping.
the pajama jeans.
Just so I don't know why I got the undershirt and the overshirt and the suit all in the same
When I bought this, I didn't realize it was one of those tuxedo T-shirts.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, I wouldn't have gone sleeveless. But here I am, honey. Let's get married.
Sweatsuit that looks like a suit. Let's see what we got. That's terrible. That doesn't look anything like it. Business ultra casual. That's about as casual as you can get. Hyper casual.
Oh,
What
Wing's
is-
wife just said she actually really loves me. Oh, that's nice of her.
She loves you.
She says, I think he's just amazing.
What? How?
Is she talking about you in this scenario? Because maybe that wasn't the okay.
She's live streaming with Wings right now. Someone's like, Kyle, Wings' wife just said she loves you. I was like, give me the exact quote. What are you talking about?
Does she know who we are? Who you are?
He has clipping disabled. Yeah, she knows who. Yeah, of course she does. She's Wing's wife. She said, here's the quote that I'm getting second hand. I actually really love Kyle. I think he's just amazing. Well, thank you very much, Wing's wife. I think
Another
you're
member
amazing
of the fan
too.
club.
I didn't see that coming.
No,
I did.
Yeah.
she's got a great sense of humor.
She does.
So-
Are you saying she's mocking me? Is that what you're saying, Taylor?
No, she's like, oh, he's such a funny.
Like I
man.
amuse her?
What do I amuse you? Do I fucking amuse you?
So-
I can't stop thinking about
Like a clown?
realistic fishing. so many places to go with the game. Sorry, go ahead.
We did the Patreon hangout last weekend.
Oh yeah, we did.
By the way, I did 4 hours. I just want you guys to know I was there.
I heard you did. Everyone appreciated you staying late with them.
I fouled up somehow. I was like, so I guess we didn't get it done last weekend of the month, first weekend of next month. And
And I
Kyle's
was like,
like, only you. And I'm like, oh boy.
We've been here for
Hello.
well, it seems like a day, but 4 hours.
Did I get there at 2:30 or 3:30? I forget, but I stayed for.
You got there at 3:30.
That's not great.
Yeah, so we began it, but you stayed and like fulfilled your thing anyway. Taylor's the only one who didn't stay for 4 hours, and so he has been deducted 8 fake credits, which don't exist.
Oh man.
No, we had a great fucking time, and if you guys are on the fence a little bit, I think if you talk to any of the $50 patrons, they'll tell you that they are very happy with their purchase. I get in there, I stream video games to them. We all play video games together. Right now we're playing a lot of zombies together, but whatever's kind of hot at the moment.
That guy fucked his girlfriend in the hangout. How are we glossing over that?
I was getting to that.
Oh,
that was the cherry on top to my sales pitch. You fuck.
When I write a story for the paper, I lead, right?
Colonel Sanders doesn't come out and say, "Oh, and we also got apple pies," and then go backwards. No, the apple pie is what he tells you last. The free apple pie is what makes you think that 6-piece wing meal was just an incredible deal. I was on board with 6-piece wings, some mashed potatoes, and the side biscuit.
When you make a video, you put the explosion in the front, Kyle, and then you lead up to it again.
I always put the explosion in the back. Have you seen none of my videos?
I've seen all of your videos.
And you do a little explosion at the front.
Yes.
I'm the little explosion. I'm going to play video games with you. The big explosions at the end.
It's okay. I think
you tell it.
It's okay.
I liked her. I thought she was cool. So after he fucked her, she hung around naked for hours. And she was just.
All right, I'm going to tell it because he's not doing it well.
She's comfortable with
one
sex.
of our fans brings out his girlfriend, and she just strips naked in the background. And then he attaches a sex swing to the ceiling and dangles her ass like a rotisserie chicken spread eagle in front of us all. Then he whips out a big old dildo and really goes to work on her until his arm got tired while she's operating a Hitachi vibrator, just melting down over there. And we're all like, what the fuck are we doing right now? I was not prepared for porn. I've only been awake for 2 hours, and it was pretty great. It was pretty funny. More than anything, it was just a unique thing to do in the hangout. One guy showed up really late. Chocolate Thunder, one of our we definitely have at least 2 blacks. There may be a third now. I saw a gentleman who popped into the first hangout who was African American, or at least very tan. And he stayed for he didn't stay for the full thing.
We'll take what we can get.
Fish isn't black. He doesn't count.
I'm very aware that Fish is Arabic. And but yeah, Chocolate Thunder showed up like after the fuck show, and I was like, but she was still in the background naked, and I'm just like, you missed the fuck show, Chocolate Thunder, and he's just like, the fuck? I missed the fuck show. God, they did that. Fuck.
They did.
So yeah, jump into the Patreon. I think it's a bargain. We hang out in there a lot. We have a great time. We do like poker nights every week with like 6 or 8 of us playing. We've been doing some Jeopardy nights recently where we kind of play competitive Jeopardy. And right now the game is zombies. So if I'm ever in there and I don't have a full party, I'll play zombies with you and have a good time.
So would you call? Based on Jeopardy, would you think Dirty was mentally disabled?
I don't think I've actually played a game with Dirty in Jeopardy.
I thought there was this he never wins thing going on there.
He's quite good at poker. I think he's won a bunch of money playing poker with the boys.
Yes. Chess, he's good too. He's better than me.
Yeah. I think I've beaten him. He's been okay in code names. I don't remember if I played with him in Jeopardy. I think my record right now is like 8 wins and 1 loss in Jeopardy. I've won almost every single game, and I'm putting a fucking asterisk on that 1 loss because my ping when I would click would go up by 100, and if I clicked it twice, it was 200. It was just, and I'm playing against someone in Australia, so like. I blame ping for that loss. I had enough of the answers to have at least been much more competitive than I was.
Who beat you? Is it someone that you've beaten?
It's Class. It's Class. He's the only one who has beaten me. He's the only one who has won a game of Jeopardy that wasn't me.
I don't think you were there for this, but it's interesting. You weren't there when Dirty wanted to fight me, right?
I was told that he has challenged you to a boxing match.
I mean, it evolved boxing, MMA, and grappling. I think it landed at boxing. He wants to meet me at Lake Hartwell. He is 5'8" and 140 pounds.
I'm very aware.
It feels unkind. I don't know what is he thinking.
Did I wrestle at 135 in 8th grade?
Well, you would 8th grade. You would probably still be dirty. I bet you had a full beard and you were a man. I don't know.
So wait, so he's 5'8", 140.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even close to your weight class or your height. So you're going to have the reach advantage.
He's never done it before.
He's going to, the experience advantage. He's going to have the cardio and the youth advantage.
Also, Woody's going to attack from about 1,500 feet at a glide angle of 78 degrees. So when he comes in hot, Dirty's not going to be prepared for that.
I'm concerned for his well-being. Like this is, I'd be a dick to follow through on this.
No, I think.
I mean, unless I think he was just kidding around, but
Seriously.
he has to admit that he was kidding around or he catches an ass whooping. That's just how this works.
He won't.
It can be a surprise challenge.
Then you will.
I guess. I don't know. It's not a big deal for me. Apparently, we'll just do it in the spring when I start flying again at Lake Hartwell. And at that point, he will have just not shown up, I guess.
Yeah.
He will have
Fuck him up.
And he'll be 0-1 by default.
Yeah.
A losing record.
I don't know. It's awkward for me. But hey, I definitely gave him so many outs. So many outs. But he's not interested.
Put some money on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He gets free Patreon forever if he you in single combat.
Well, whatever makes him happy, I guess.
Yeah.
So
joking.
You have to be there, though. There's nothing.
Yeah, I wasn't there for this.
There's nothing joking about it. There's no hint of like LOL. But yeah, he says he's going to start training. I doubt that's true.
What if he's catfishing you? He's like a tremendous fighter.
That would be surprising.
Just a flutter of hands.
Should we group watch this? I'm very interested.
Yeah, I'm queued up.
Position.
This is hot off the presses, boys. This is only moments old.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Taylor, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Ready, set, play.
Haley's the baby.
Have you ever heard of PKA? Actually, yes. I would love to go on PKA.
Well, the day she stood me up, like, actually, I got a call the next day of her crying because of the PKA podcast. I do the next night.
So yeah, I'd love to go on PKA. I actually really love Kyle. Real talk.
Why do you like Kyle?
I just think Kyle is like so awesome.
Oh,
There you go.
What?
I feel snubbed a little bit.
You should be.
I view this.
Liver over here.
Don't feel that way. You were snubbed.
I see this through the lens of some sort of like black belt emotional jujitsu happening here. What's her game, guys?
What's her game? What's she trying to pull?
But well, how do we feel about having her on the show? Should we extend an invite?
Well,
We'll find out 30 seconds before the show starts if she's a guest or not.
Well, anyway, that's very kind of her. Thank you, Kelly, I think is your name. Very kind of you to say that. Glad you like the show.
Don't you
Glad you
come
like the show.
dodge
Hope your
this
marriage
question.
to Wings is going well. It looks like it is. You know, you never know with Wings. He keeps his private life kind of wraps, which is a smart thing to do. And so we never really know if like things are on, you know, it's first marriage, right? You never know. Maybe things aren't going so well, but it seems like just by your demeanor and the fact that you're on his live stream that things are going well. So
You
happy
shouldn't
for
call
you.
it his first marriage.
I'm going to put it out there. I would like to have her on show as guest.
Did I just call it his first marriage?
I'd be like, Woody, how's your first marriage going?
It's old. It's been so long now.
Like, it's going pretty good. Hit it out of the park on that first one.
Yep, you got to get that first one out of the way, Woody. So you're. No, that's not what I was implying, or I wasn't trying to make a sly little comment or anything. I was being genuine. Glad your marriage is going well. You seem like a very lovely person, and you seem like you're happy.
And you're invited to the show. Just to be clear, we'd like to have you. You've heard it from me.
That's how you can tell it's a fact.
And I
But
want
Wings can't come with you.
That
Every
part's
time he starts to walk into the room, hey,
We can't afford the man.
yeah.
we have to pay him like a prorated rate for every time he walks through. Hundreds of dollars a second.
that work out
He just
too.
pops in. It's $450. We get a bill.
We'll pay like a cameo rate, not the full thing.
It's $41 a minute he wants. A little more, 41 and change. $42 a minute. I would just
God damn it.
sit in the back every so often.
We'll take 30 seconds. See you Friday.
That would be fun. I put his name in the title. We make money off it.
That is a very Woody thing to do.
Yeah, episode whatever the fuck 5:30.
I'm just a businessman doing business.
I'm just a business.
Coming.
I'm just a businessman doing business.
I'm glad you got the quote. Thank you.
Of course, I got the quote. Yeah, it's been a great week. It finally got real chilly. Like now we're into winter weather, and I personally love winter weather. I
Especially when your AC's broken.
especially when your AC is broken. I had to turn it off for the show. I'm a little warm right now, only because of the heater. I mean the computer, which essentially is a goddamn heater, it turns out. But yeah, I love winter weather. I like it when it's fucking cold and crisp and chilly in the morning and everything's frozen over. I woke up this morning and it was 32, I think. It was actually 32. So I'm glad winter has come.
So this isn't really Tarkov talk, but my game is open all the time. And in-game, I mine for Bitcoins. It's a way to get in-game currency. Also, in the hideout, there are lights. I am using real electricity and a GPU to mine fake Bitcoins and keeping the lights on in a video game. And I think that's funny.
Isn't there a phone app that you can use for that now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have heard something about that.
There should be. So let me tell you what Rust is like. All right, so this isn't brand new. This is last time I played Rust, this was what was kind of cutting edge. So 6 or 8 months ago. There's this phone app for Rust now where you do some electrical wiring in game, like with electrical parts that you have to craft and wires that you have to actually put together in game. And now if your base is getting raided, you get a text message through their app. Like you set up the early warning alarm in the game through, I won't go into it, but it's tedious as fuck. And like you have to have a battery in the game, and you have to have, and batteries don't just have a charge. Well, would you like a windmill or solar power? There are pluses and minuses to both, you know? And, but then you get a text message if someone starts raiding your base to wake you up in the middle of the night so you can go defend.
Oh, you're right. That does sound tedious.
It is very tedious. That's the other thing that we've been talking about doing with the PKA Discord is doing a big, gigantic Rust playthrough where we get like as many people who are in there as possible organized to jump on a server and play together and make a giant clan base and be the RSK clan.
Really, but secretly, it'll be like it was with you playing, where we can all be kings with slaves, giving us jewels and items, right? Isn't Rust the game where you said you had a designated slave boy? Who took care-
Larry the Strong was my original slave. Yes, people made fun of Larry, right? People gave Larry a hard time because he's going to be Kyle's slave in Rust. Look at Larry now.
Mhm.
There's a household name across the country. Everybody knows who Larry the Strong is.
Mhm.
across the country.
No, but seriously, like it wasn't long before like I consider Larry a good friend. You know, always I'm playing with Larry every night, playing Tarkov. He's teaching me the game. We played zombies with Larry just the other night, all because
I was there.
Larry mined a little sulfur for me.
Dude,
Yeah.
when back in like 2009, something like that, to probably 2011, what's important is I paid $500 for Black Ops 1. Everybody mocked me. Oh my God, he's so stupid. Woody paid $500 to get the game like 4 days early, right? Game drops. I had 2 million view videos. That's like over $4,000.
Yeah.
I was growing I'm exaggerating, 16,000 subscribers a day. That's a good growth rate, especially in like 2011, 16,000 subs a day.
Yes,
Mocked
that is
my
quite good.
I'm still on the internet because of that $500 purchase, maybe.
I remember when you were storming up those ranks in that year, because I was in your remember how it used to be? It's like, oh, you subscribe to this person. Here's like a couple recommended
Yes.
sub box channels. I was like, damn, just coattailing like so many subs off of Woody's coattails right now. That was great. Of course, they didn't give a fuck because they accidentally subscribed, probably. But it was like, yeah, that number's going up.
Up is better than down.
Yeah, I remember thinking like Woody has cornered the fucking market. These people don't get it. Like that was a huge because like the subscribers in particular, like getting the views that they're worth in the future. I'm sure there are people listening to this show right now who are only listening to it because Woody bought Black Ops early, and they became a Woody subscriber, and then they discovered the show, and now they're still here.
I bet. Yeah.
Actually, the guy who pounded his girlfriend out with that dildo this week, that's where he came from.
I choose to believe that.
Started with
Butterfly effect,
and now he's fucking his girlfriend publicly on a Discord chat.
Hell yeah! What a winner!
What a bump! What a ride! Life! What a ride, huh?
We appreciated the girlfriend fucking, and we're hoping there's more girlfriend fucking to come.
Yes. Hoping next time we get to see real dick.
Just to be clear about it, that was cool as fuck. And I was making all these inferences about their relationship, right? Like, they know how to fuck. She's sex positive. These are the things I was taking away from this.
Yeah, they had a big chest of sex toys, and technically it was prego porn because she was 2 months pregnant. So even got a fetish mixed in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
2
she
months
didn't.
ago?
I didn't know she was pregnant by looking at her, but she told us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Hope
see
she comes
this
back when
evolve
she's 9
over
months
the next
along,
7
puts on another
months,
little show.
right?
for us.
Right. Nine. Kyle, aim higher. I hope she comes back at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
10
8,
months.
and 9.
Mm.
That's. I want to see the evolution.
Well, he's like, bring the baby when he, wait, what? And at 10 or 12 months, you can bring the little one.
It's really just a lot of crying while you're sitting in the sex swing, isn't it?
I was a lifeguard and I work with this
No, there'll be a lot
dirty
of
man, and he had just had a baby, and the baby was like 5 days old, and we're like, yeah, I guess you can't have sex right now, huh? And he's like, yeah, doctors want you to believe that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Not for 18 more years.
Like, I got the impression that he was gonna either he was already hitting it or was about to.
Good for him. What do doctors know? Fucking idiots.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Birth, very easy on the vagina. It's ready to go right afterwards.
It's what it's made for.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like something I would say.
It's probably like a resistance band.
It sounds a lot like something you did say. And every time I think about the fact that you said that, I'm just like, like it's like you remember that awkward moment you had in high school where like you thought you were going to tell a funny joke and in front of the whole class, and everybody just looked at you like you were a fucking retard.
Oh no.
That's
Can't relate.
humiliating.
No, that landed. It was great. There wasn't a whole
It
genre.
landed.
There wasn't a whole genre of videos about that line hating on me.
Yeah. So the difference is like what you said was actually funny. It wasn't literally like that bad joke you tell in high school. It was just like, oh, he shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Oh no. that thing that he said.
Yeah.
That was the worst though. When you're like, oh man, this line will get me some friends, and then it's just tumbleweeds. And you're like, maybe a school shooter will save me from this situation.
Yeah.
Hey, who is that person making jokes before the school shooter start? I don't know. Lost history. A lot of fake memories get planted in stressful time.
All I can remember is blood.
Nobody even said that joke. Nobody would say that.
I just remember the screams now. You're over there like, good.
All right.
That was a close one. Today could have really sucked. As you like wipe the blood out of your fucking eyes.
Oh, man, I get to take a couple days off.
So the House of Representatives is looking at a bill on either Thursday or Friday to federally legalize marijuana and expunge records from federal marijuana crimes. And I could be wrong about this. I'm no political expert or even novice, but it seems to me that the current runoff, the senatorial runoff in Georgia, may very well be what Senate confirmation hinges upon. Because obviously, even if the House passes it, which is possible, I believe the Dems have the House. Is that correct?
That's right.
Then you got to go to a Senate vote then. And it's going to be hard for the Dems to win if they don't win in Georgia. And my dad and I were talking about that this morning, and I was just like, well, it's very selfish of me to say this, but I hope the Dems win Georgia. You know, I'm just thinking of my own concerns, my one core issue, which is freedom. And so in that regard, like yeah, let's go with Raphael Warnick, I think is his name, the black guy who's running against Kelly Loeffler. And I don't know what the other race is, but yeah, it's a little glimmer of maybe federal marijuana legalization. I don't think it'll happen, but
I don't know.
possible.
It's actually
We also decided, based on this, the PKA trip, we're going to be going to those key counties and stuffing ballot boxes in order to ensure that Kyle gets his freedom.
Welcome to PKA Election Fraud 2020.
Yeah, we go and it's you only added like 13 extra ballots. What is
Stay tuned for federal.
we were hoping to be
Stay
really
tuned
close.
for federal incarceration part 2 coming 2021.
Oh man, we should have just waited for him to get off probation.
Dude, how awesome would it be if all 3 of us got sent back to that prison I went to for a couple months? Honestly, I'm not even kidding here. I kind of wish that all 3 of us would get a month in Talladega prison camp. I know none of you want to, but I would be willing to go back if all 3 of us could go.
It seems like it'd be kind of fun.
It'd be fun.
I mean, as long as we've got a veteran here to walk us through the ropes.
Oh no, I'm gonna immediately sidle up to Snow and I'm be like, I don't know about that one. That one looks like a chomo. But notice Woody reacting because he knows he's the one who looks like a chomo.
I just feel like
No, I'm 47. I've aged out. Just kidding.
I've aged out. No, homie, you're gonna put in some work.
No, you take good care of that body. You look even 30s to me.
So you're out there doing squats today, Woody. You looking good.
Every day from now on, lower body day. You know what I'm saying? I just really want you to get a big bubbly ass.
Every day is leg day, homie. He's got you out there fucking doing squats with a barbell with rocks tied to each end. You gotta squeeze your glutes on the way up, Holmes.
We'd have to. We'd form our own gang. The even more whites.
the real sweet kids.
And then our play is to go around and be like, you guys believe pussy shit, man.
We're the
Hitler didn't go far enough. Like
we're the
and
whitest.
Like, wow, this guy's like he can be our friend for the month that he's here.
We're the whitest supremacist, you know. That's our group. Oh no, it's a sketch comedy group. You don't understand. Oh, you don't get that reference. Oh, you're going to stab Woody because of what I just said. Well, you got to do what you got to do. You know.
That's the whitest supremacist, you know. It's just their old clips, but it's in like the business one where he's like, nope, we actually don't hire those people here. I don't care for them. Just look at the stats, look at the data. You know, why are you leaving? Like, I don't know why he sounds a little bit like Obama, but yeah, the white.
Yeah, he does that voice. He does that. Trevor Moore does is kind of Obama-ish. That professional white man voice.
Yeah, which is similar to the Obama voice.
It's almost like he's faking that voice.
It's almost like he's putting it on with that weird cadence with which he speaks.
It draws you in, though. You ever notice that? You're like,
he's
what's he
putting
going
it
to say
on?
next?
You think he's been
No,
doing
I don't
like
think he's putting it on. No, I would never say that. No.
a fake voice for the last 20 years?
No. I think
Who would do such a thing?
Yeah, touche.
certainly not me.
You think this is my voice? You think this is
I
what I
just-
sound like?
I had a stroke.
Yes.
11.
False.
What do you really
Yeah.
sound like, Kyle?
Oh, more like what I was saying earlier when I was talking about Livonia, Georgia.
Okay.
Be a better voice. Switch to that.
Yeah, I'll just do this all the time.
We can all pick new voices.
Yeah, I've only got
Yay.
the one. I'm fucked.
This is my second voice.
I was going to do that same joke.
Yeah, you can be like kind of Indian guy. Like,
Grew up in an Indian neighborhood guy.
I'm going to do Woody doing Indian guys. Why do you not work harder on your computing?
That's
May have
not
been
bad.
too close.
That was too good.
That's too good. It was like when we were doing the Russian Southern guy. That's tough.
Oh, that's impossible. I haven't thought about that since Thursday. I actually want to try to I'm going to try it a little bit if I can remember to, but it is very hard. to mix two accents.
You need
together.
a model. You need to like find an actual Russian guy and ask him to do Southern and see where he lands.
But it is a good way to spend your time.
It is the best way for me to spend my time. That and zombies.
Yeah.
You're still playing a ton.
Show.
Yeah, I love it. I'm unlocking the diamond camos. I'm going through and trying to get all the diamond camos. I haven't gone too far. I'm almost to the. I've got my diamond knife, and which requires you to do all the challenges for the knife and for the grenade launcher. And I've done all the challenges for the pump shotgun, and I'm almost done with the semi-automatic shotgun. And then I'm going to move on to sniper rifles or assault rifles or submachine guns, whatever. But yeah, I'm digging it. I'll play tonight if either of you want to play. I've gotten real fucking good at it, if I do say so myself. I've got a screenshot of a fucking performance I put on the other night that I think needs to be embarrassingly shared.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I was falling asleep. I wanted that to be
the
over
excuses
so
have already begun.
Oh.
No, it was bad. I went down like 38 times or something. Was I close?
You
Whoa!
were spot on.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I wanted to exfil so early in that. It was so late, but
should have said.
there's no excuses. There's no excuses. It was just a bad one.
What do we got here?
Just a rough one.
I am, of course, camping time.
Of course.
A pun for the ages.
It is.
Taylor
a really good
got
one.
about a third of the kills, and wow, 38 downs. You
Yeah.
know, in Taylor's defense, if you get like behind the curve, then sometimes it becomes nearly impossible to play. Like I imagine you're out of money, your bullets don't work anymore, you don't have jug, and like sometimes you're just I don't know, you run out of money and it's hard to get in front of that again.
Through the last 30 of those downs, every time it's like, I hope they don't get me. Just like, I hope they don't get me and this is over. Oh, I'm gonna go to bed so hard.
Yeah, honestly, I had fun. I just wish I had been able to clutch it at the very end.
Yeah.
I was 11 kills short, but
I mean, you were clutching the entire time.
Yeah, but I didn't win. I love the zombies the game though. I'm so into it. I played a couple I got back from my dad's house today and I was really tired because I've kind of haven't been sleeping enough lately. But I still like squeeze in a zombies game because I've been away for 24 hours. I was like, yeah, I can get one in.
Is there news on the new maps yet, or if
yeah. It looks to me based on like leaks and insinuation that you're going to get a Vietnam fire base map in February.
February.
And
Next year.
It is next year. And it looks like maybe that'll be season 2, I believe, the beginning of season 2 for the game. Season 1 has not begun. We're in preseason. I believe with the beginning of season 1, which is maybe in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they're going to release the 4 new perks and some new Easter eggs.
I think it'd be smart to start season 1 like Christmas Day. Probably a lot of purchases and new players.
Exactly. Yeah, they're going to add Tombstone, Double Tap, Mule Kick, and one more that isn't coming to me right now. Tombstone, you get to go pick your shit back up after you die. Double Tap is obviously a double rate of fire. Mule Kick is a third weapon that you can carry. And I'm spacing out on what the 4th perk that they're adding is. But there's a 4th one too that's, PhD Flopper, I believe.
Oh,
something like that to reduce the...
You can
it used to make it so that when you did the dolphin dive,
steps,
it created an explosion.
Mm-hmm.
But the better part about it is the no explosion damage, because then you can just sticky situation, just blast the ray gun right at your feet.
Or any of the rocket launchers, because like getting the challenges done for that grenade launcher were infuriating because it did so much. The area of effect for damage of it was so big that you'd be like, oh yeah, he's way over there, and you'd shoot a zombie and it would take like 20% of your HP. And if you combine that with maybe a sticky situation, you kill yourself.
And it would like a devastating area of effect with very little usable damage in that area, just enough to hurt you. It's like creating crawlers even on like round 5. It's just you have to like hit them in the head with it like a rubber bullet for it to kill them.
I've got a new tactic for like how to run weapons in that game. I rank up my whatever weapon I like, And I get the attachments on it that I think are best, like the perfect combination of attachments. Like this is good for hip fire, this is good for movement speed, this is good for damage, and this is maximum ammunition. And then I just rank that up in the game. So it starts as red, but you can get the rarity to green and then blue really quickly, like within the first 10 or 15 rounds, just by buying it with scrap. And then I can get to purple by like round 22, and I can get to gold by round 30. So by round 30, I've got a gold shotgun with all the perfect attachments, and it's triple pack-a-punched, and it's got its like ammo type maxed out. So I've got the best of every. I'm going through them both. I did the pump first because I think it's the best, but I'm working on the semi-auto right now.
The one you buy off the wall?
Yes, it's that model. But like I said, I bring my own.
I bring my own.
Oh, do you bring it? You don't grab it? If you have a spaz you really like and you get one off the wall, that's not the spaz you get.
Correct. Yeah. You have to bring your own with the attachments you want.
Away.
There's a way to like shuffle the attachments in game at the armor bench, but it's exactly what I called it. It's shuffling them. So like there's 5 attachments. The odds that you're going to get the exact 5 that you want are, I don't know, what's 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5? It's probably that to 1.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. It's not good. It's not good.
Do you ever do that thing where like you pretend like you say like you're talking about something math related and people are like, what would that be? And you do like a half a second of trying to figure it out and you realize it's going to be too hard for you. So you do like a fake like, yeah, let me.
I got to 625 times 5 and I can't do it while maintaining a conversation.
3,125.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah. Now 3,125 times 5. 15,625.
All right, next one. What is your turn?
15,625 times 5.
It's about.
It's 75,000 plus
78,125.
78,125
times 5.
No,
you get out of here. You're ruining this bit. You're actually making it work.
Make it even harder. Times 10.
Oh, that's actually how you make it easy.
Yeah,
times 10 and then you cut it in half.
Oh, that's a good technique. That's the sort of stuff they teach in new math a lot, and people hate it because it's like it used to be repeatable algorithms that you knew how to do, which is what you guys were working on. Now it's a more fluid relationship with math. Like, you know what? Do the tens first, then do the ones place, and then you add them together. And like they have different strategies. I'll multiply it by 10, then divide it by 2. And it's like, this is an insane way to arrive at the answer. But in the end, you develop this fluid comfortableness with math.
Yeah, if you're a carpenter or something and you just need to know real quick, like where to cut a board, it's like, all right, multiply by 10, divide by 2. Yep, right here in the middle.
Yeah. Should have known in the middle. I'm a carpenter.
You do it diagonally. You know that trick, right?
I saw that with the tape measure. That was really cool. I didn't know it before I saw that.
Oh, I even have tools that like do it. Like, you know, like there'll be a peg and a peg with a pencil in the middle. You just hold it diagonally and draw your middle line.
Yeah,
You're not familiar with this? Like, let's say I had a board that was 18 and 5/8 wide, right? Mm-hmm. I might just measure it at 20, hold it diagonally, and the 10 is the middle point.
That makes sense.
Instead of figuring out what 18 and 5/8 divided by 2 is. And that's not the worst, but make it like 13/16. And now it's like, wait a minute.
I texted Taylor like Thanksgiving night, and time had gotten away from me. I didn't realize what time of night it was. It was almost 3 a.m. But to me, it felt like 9 p.m. or something. Yeah. And I was like, hey, how much steak did you come away from your grandparents with? And I was like, oh, shit, I'm sorry. I didn't realize what time it was, but he was still awake.
Yeah.
And tell us about Thanksgiving. How much food did you come away with?
Dude, I was an absolute animal on Thanksgiving. I ate so much prime rib, like to the point that like later in the night, after I've already eaten a king's amount of prime rib, the fried turkey was so on point this year, so juicy and succulent. Nobody wants dry turkey. And then by like the end of the night, like I'm taking all the homemade rolls and everything and making prime rib sandwiches, eating that while I'm watching One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And I started it at like 12:20 at night, but it was like, that's why I was still up. Because it's like, this movie is awesome. I have to finish this. This is so good. And so I brought an entire prime rib home, like they hadn't even been cut into yet. A giant hunk like that. We had to get rid of some of it because we just couldn't eat that much. I brought an entire fried turkey that hadn't been cut into yet, and then like a bag full of a lot of other stuff. And so it was like I had a full Thanksgiving meal, and like she once again was like it's almost a selfish amount of food to purchase. It's so much.
It's so wasteful.
She like it's her day. Like days leading up to this, she's cooking and trying new things and stuff, and like she's making the green bean casserole and all the stuffing and the sweet potatoes, the salads.
Does she do stuffing or dressing?
Both.
Yeah, I like dressing.
I've never been the biggest fan of stuffing or dressing.
Honestly. I love it. I love it so much with the sage and all that other stuff you put in there. I can't really remember right now, but like with the gravy, with the giblet gravy, and then like if you make a sandwich with like 2 pieces of the dressing and some turkey, and you just
good.
So good. No Thanksgiving for me this year. It was kind of a downer. Like I told my dad yesterday, I was like, there's people having Thanksgivings, and I first of all I prefaced it by saying that your Thanksgiving involved all of you getting tested and like quarantining yourselves before you did it. So I wasn't referring to you, but I was like, these people who had these big Thanksgivings and then they're going to go have a second Thanksgiving with the in-laws are incredibly selfish. I was like, I wanted to have you guys out to my house. Like I didn't do it to keep you safe. I didn't do it to keep me safe. I didn't do it to keep the people that me and you and mom may have infected the next day that we don't even know. Like there'll be turkey in May after we're all vaccinated.
I had the best possible Thanksgiving. Like Jackie was like, all right, we're having people over. And there were people in our bubble already. Like it wasn't really the situation you're describing. It was, but, I have to entertain. I have to be at the table. Whenever we have people over at the Thanksgiving table, I'm sitting there for 2.5 hours, which is longer than my happy place. And then we had this COVID scare. Colin's friend had COVID, tested positive. It's a real thing. So suddenly we're quarantined and Thanksgiving gets called off. And then we test negative. And everything's coming off Woody here. Like, this is my dream Thanksgiving. So, we had Thanksgiving at the table. Everything was great. Didn't last 2.5 hours. Plenty of food. And then it was over.
So we've heard of Jackie's chili. How was Jackie's turkey?
It was top notch. It was top notch. Yeah, it was moist. It was tasty. The gravy was on point. I have no complaints. And I would tell you the truth.
I know you would. You've dogged her chili for years.
Yeah.
And you didn't even check over your shoulder this time. Woody is so high tea right now. He didn't even look over his shoulder before he said, and I'd tell you.
A Jackie mirror.
Right.
Now that's very likely. Or he's got like a tracker on her on his phone and he's just like, yep, she's nowhere near me. Okay.
No, I didn't.
Not even within earshot.
No complaints. I did that. I've been cutting some weight. It's going all right. And Thanksgiving rolls around and they're pushing the pie on me. I compromise. I want to be a total asshole, but I had pie with no ice cream.
What kind of pie?
Apple.
That's a good pie. Not a traditional Thanksgiving pie, in my opinion.
Jackie's
a good pie nonetheless.
Jackie makes a homemade apple pie that is as good as it gets. So we
had pecan pie.
Does it have the crumblies on top, or is it a like the interlaced, interwoven pie filling stuff?
It's got some
like the lattice looking stuff.
It's not a lattice top, but it's also not like a total. I don't like the real flaky dry top either. That's not my cup of tea. Okay. No, I prefer. I don't like super dry. Like if it's a moisture sponge in my pie, that's not my cup of tea.
Okay. What I hate is when they put that crumbly stuff on top of like pie, specifically like peach cobbler. I don't want that. I want the like flaky crust on top that has absorbed all of that peach goo.
That's what.
And now it's like a big peach goo sponge. That's just delicious.
Yes, that describes her pie. That would be.
Yeah.
There can be too much moisture in the pie to where you cut it open and now it's like your pie is running away from you all over.
All right, we got to stop pie talk.
Pecan underrated, Taylor. I feel like your pecan pie talk got cut off, but that's a top-notch pie.
I love pecan pie. Yeah, it is top 5 pies for me.
Well, what would be your top 1 pie?
Peach pie. then key lime pie. I know, I'm the only one. I love key lime pie.
You're not
Big
the
fan.
only one. I like key lime pie too, especially if the limey's done right. It's like tangy. I forgot how much I like tangy. Why isn't tangy a bigger part of my diet? Tangy's good shit. Yeah. I haven't done it.
Popular pie. Lots of people like key lime.
Whenever I tell people that key lime is like top 2 pies for me, they're like, key lime pie is gross. It's nasty. I think they're just having shitty key lime pie.
I think pumpkin pie is pretty overrated in the pie.
It is. I prefer sweet potato pie.
I'm not sure I've had sweet potato pie, so I'll reserve judgment on that. But
we also have sweet potato souffle. It's a big thing in the South, I think.
In Perkins, the restaurant, is that everywhere?
Yeah.
They make pies, and they make some top-notch pies. Pies you're like, well, Reese's peanut butter cup pie? This is worth a try. We got to see what this is. And they have some winners in there. Their pecans top-notch. It's where
a really tempting, visually appealing place for that is that counter at the Cheesecake Factory.
I was just about to say, like whatever you said next, I was like, well, what about the Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah, and the one I remember always like seeing was the one where it's like we took 10 different types of cheesecake and reformed them into a new cheesecake. You can have 10 for the price of one, and it's like this is an exciting prospect.
Me and my girlfriend went in Beaufort, Georgia. For those of you who are Georgians, and maybe you know, there's a cheesecake factory right there near the IMAX. Left the IMAX, went to the Cheesecake Factory, had dinner, and like we had a reasonable meal. I don't know, probably got a steak or something. But then on the way out, we walked by the pie counter, and it's just like, oh my God, they've made a Franken pie out of like 30 different kinds of cheesecake. It was expensive. I don't remember what it cost, but I would guess $30 to $40 for this pie. It's not a pie, it's a cheesecake. It's a fucking cheesecake. And it was like a couple dozen kinds of cheesecake. Yeah. I love cheesecake. I guess it's a cake technically. I mean, it's in the name, so I wouldn't throw it into the pie category, but it seems like pie.
I would say cake.
Watering. I love cheesecake. Plain cheesecake, cherry cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake.
I see where Kyle's coming from on the seems like pie though. Like it's cake's in the name, I hear you, but it seems like pie to me.
It's definitely like pie. In my power ranking of cakes. It beats the hell out of ice cream cake, traditional cake, sheet cake, cookie cake. Like
ice cream cake is king.
Creme de la creme. No, I would rather have cheesecake than ice cream cake.
You're getting so many textures and flavors and possibilities, though. There's frosting.
Talking about textures and possibilities. You saw the same cheesecake I was talking about.
All right, well, that's a Franken pie. That's its own thing. Your grandmother never made one of those.
That's true.
Don't give her any ideas. She'll have she'll have 30 cheesecakes.
All with one slice removed.
Yeah. So I love those things. I love the ice cream cakes. But yeah, we ate that motherfucker in a shocking amount of time. Generally, cheesecakes are cylindrical, 4 to 6 inches or more, have a baked custard center and a crumb crust with a minor change in appearance. Any pastry that is crumb crust filled with custard and baked, in my mind, is a pie.
Top Google result.
Yeah, but it's called the cheesecake.
Do you like cheese Danish?
I can't even remember the last time I had one. I'm sure I would.
I love the filling that's in cheese Danishes. It reminds me of cheesecake. I think it's the same shit. I think it's just, I don't know exactly what a cheesecake is made out of, but I think it's the same shit, and I love it. It's my favorite kind of Danish. What's your favorite donut?
Oh, I don't.
Glazed.
No. Usually I'd like long
Simple
john.
Man.
Just a long john.
What is a long john donut?
Usually vanilla more than chocolate.
It's like an eclair that is covered with chocolate.
It's phallic.
They sell these all over the place here, but I don't think it's in many other places.
Gooey butter cake.
Yeah, like they sell that everywhere, and it's like it's so bad for you.
It's called gooey butter cake.
I know. It's called gooey butter, but that's how you can tell it's good. The ingredients list is just more sugar and more fat than should be able to be condensed into something that size. It's tremendous.
We mix some goo and some butter and cake, and there you go. My favorite donut is the lemon cream filled. It has the tangy lemon custard with the vanilla frosting on top.
Damn. I want something sweet and tangy and lemony right now.
Right? Donuts are something I'm usually able to turn my nose up, as not worthy of entering this temple. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling weak right now. About to have dinner.
I know. Oh, I'm about to. That's why I'm so fucking hungry.
Yeah, me too.
It sounds good.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing this. I've got baked chicken in there, and I'm thinking like that baked chicken sure is going to be tasty, but it's not going to be gooey butter cake tasty.
No.
Oh, it's gonna be shitty compared to cake.
Cake is the
I
best.
deserve cake. I'm going to the store. I could totally see that rationalization tonight when I'm like, well, I'm already in.
Have you guys been to a restaurant in ages?
I have a few weeks ago.
The
Yeah.
last restaurant I remember being in was a Red Lobster back in. It might have been last year.
Went this weekend with friends. They had outdoor seating, and we were literally like the only people on that side of the building. Like, this is okay, right? This is a pandemic-friendly seating arrangement.
Yeah, patio seating seems like the way to go. If you can get away from everyone.
It's getting too cold for the patio now, though.
Of course it is, unless you add a lot of alcohol.
We have a place we didn't go to, which has an outdoor propane heater, and it gets it done. It's like
those are great.
This thing that I'm talking about is almost like an umbrella that just pours heat on you. And that's a win. The place we chose didn't have that, but next time we'll probably go to a different place.
Yeah. Well, that was a fun show. I enjoyed it.
Yes. All right. Oh. PKN 328.